Ways to express love to your partner. It's time to help a lover out. Kindly subscribe to this channel. It's important to express love and nurture your special relationships. When we feel loved in a deep connection, we become inspired to make our partner feel good. Displaying love on a daily basis can be difficult, especially when you lead a busy lifestyle. It's easy to fall into a rut and even make it routine. While saying I love you never gets tiring, neither does showing your spouse how much you care. You should always try to convey a heartfelt sentiment in between your words. Understanding that love comes in many forms will help you find ways to get back that closeness with your loved one. Write a letter or poem. A poem or letter of gratitude goes a long way. You don't have to come up with a poem yourself, while that's the better option. You can find one in a book or the internet that expresses how you think and feel about your partner. If writing a letter or poem, start by making a list of why you love them. Put your fears aside and speak from the heart. Sit somewhere quiet where you are alone with your thoughts to avoid distractions. Be patient and let the words come to you. Put pen to paper and don't worry about writing a poem that rhymes. Once you begin to think about how your partner makes you feel, the words will flow and it will be easier to express your love. Think about how that person makes you feel and reminisce about your past and hopes for the future. Check out our love messages and poems category to get unique ideas. Don't be a cliché. It's not romantic to do things for your partner that seem cliché. If you aren't the type of person to go out to expensive dinners or buy chocolates and roses, don't. All men and women aren't the same, and some don't consider any of those romantic. Take the time to think about what your loved one would truly appreciate. There's a lot of ways to express your love to your partner without a dozen red roses. Cook their favorite meal. Bring your loved one to their knees by cooking their favorite dish. There's nothing better to come home to than a meal that's already taken care of and happens to be your favorite. Cooking someone a familiar dish will likely promote fond memories. If your partner doesn't necessarily have a favorite, some romantic foods include dash fondue, chocolate-covered strawberries, oysters, spaghetti, lobster. If you're not a mastermind in the kitchen, order your spouse food from their favorite restaurant. A quiet dinner at home is just as romantic as going out to a fancy meal. Go on dates. Date nights are critical and should be scheduled regularly. Many couples avoid date nights because they assume it has to be a formal affair. It doesn't mean you have to go out to eat or to the movies. It can be something you do to connect at home. No matter what the form, you're letting each other know you're making time for them. People live busy lives, which leads to putting their loved ones to the wayside. If you don't make the time out for each other, feelings of being taken for granted will come up. Weekly date nights are best, but carving out time for one another once a month is better than nothing. Breaking up the monotony of everyday life is nice. Communicate. If you're in a long-term relationship, it's easy to stop communicating regularly. Many people get too comfortable in a long relationship and don't feel like there's a lot to say. Find a positive thing to talk about and truly listen to your partner. Being distracted and not listening is not only rude, but it's hurtful. It's important to listen and communicate with the person who means the most to you. Engage in activities they like. Even if you're not fond of your partner's favorite hobby or activity, make an effort to engage in it to express love to your partner. It's also an excellent opportunity for you to try something new that you might enjoy. Don't forget to keep your devices down, or even better, leave them at home. There's nothing worse than spending quality time with someone who is always glued to their phone. Engage in activities they like. Make the effort to at least try and appreciate some of the things they love, even if you're not the biggest fan. It will show that you're taking an interest, and sometimes you may even be pleasantly surprised. I'm not advocating that you should change who you are for someone, but trying new things isn't bad. Celebrate. Unless your partner is adverse to this, properly celebrate things like your anniversary. Again, maybe the urge to do this will diminish over time, but try igniting that flame again. If this person is the love of your life, shouldn't you want to celebrate and make a big deal out of your relationship milestones? You can do this in any way that suits you both. The important thing is to show that other person how much having them in your life means to you. Make their birthday special. Again, this is only recommended if they actually like birthdays. Make your partner feel like the most important person in the world on their birthday. Running down to the mall the day beforehand and picking up any old crud you can find and handing it to them in a plastic bag will not make them feel good about themselves. In fact, they may even question how much they truly mean to you. I'm not saying you need to spend a lot of, or even any, money. Presents don't have to be tangible. Just make sure that you show them that time, thought and love went into whatever you do. Movie night. Have your very own movie marathon with some of your partner's favorite flicks and snacks. Just hang out. Does your partner have a boring day of errands to run? Go with them and rock it. You love each other, so surely you'll be able to make it more enjoyable just by being together. Plus, saving them from a day of boring chores by themselves is pretty damn romantic in my book. Put the devices down. This is particularly important if you're out having dinner or doing a specific activity together. Not being able to get through a single evening without being glued to your iPhone not only kills the romance, it's also quite insulting. Make them breakfast. This is similar to the dinner idea, but coffee is involved, and caffeine makes everything better. If you can get away with it, surprise them with breakfast in bed. Sure, this is maybe a cliché, but I prefer to think of it as a tried and true classic. Discuss your fantasies. Unless you're a furry, they're probably not going to get freaked out. It's important to keep your romantic life active and not let it get stale. Act on the fantasies. I really hope this doesn't need an explanation. Have a bath together. This may not be doable for everyone, but if you have access to a bath, I highly recommend it. Tell them that you love them. And I don't mean in that mechanical, not thinking about it way. Just because you've been together for a while doesn't mean you can't have some fun and get excited by them. Make them look especially forward to coming home by sending some not safe for work texts. It's exciting and will make them feel attractive and desired. Look after each other during illness. If your partner is sick, do everything you can to make them comfortable. This shows how much you love and care about them, even when they look like death warmed up. Buy a spontaneous gift. This can be anything from a video game to their favorite candy bar. Kindly subscribe and hit the notification button for more contents like this.